Good evening, everyone. It is Bev, and we are live in the YouTube studio for Xtool. And we are working on some Father's Day projects, some picture frames for with the M2, with the new M2, brand new M2. Just came out a couple of weeks ago, and we are so excited to share with you. I am going to open up our chat here on the side so I can see if anyone is chatting and see what is going on. So hi guys, let's see here. I can even put it on the stream if you would like. Actually, I'm going to move it over so that I can see. Anyway, how's everyone? I hope everyone is good. Looks like we're getting some viewers. So hello. It is Monday evening. I forgot what day it was. It is Monday evening, June 15th, and Father's Day is June 21st. So in a little less than a week. And we are doing some fun projects tonight, some photo frame magnets and photo frames for Father's Day. But I would love if you would chime in, tell me where you're from, where you're watching from, so that I can say hi. It'll help us boost the algorithm and get some other people in here as well. So anyway, this is the M2. The M2 came out, let me see, right at the end of May, I believe. I'm not sure the exact release date, somewhere around Memorial Day-ish. Anyway, so the M2 is one of the newest craft lasers in the Xtool lineup, and it is a print and cut. So I have the 10-watt module installed, over here, and I also have my print head right here ready to print, and we are going to do some Father's Day fun things for Father's Day. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this for now. And let's see here. Hey, Jessica, how are you? Where are you watching from tonight? So make sure you scan the QR code so that you can be entered to win a $100 gift card. They will email you if you won within, I think it's 48 hours. So if you have, so scan it, enter your email, enter to win. I don't remember how many people win each time. Let's see here. Winter will be notified. There may just, 3 winners still tonight. So 3 winners tonight. And the big mid-year sale is going on until the 21st too. Hello, Claudia, El Paso. Is it hot out there? It was actually kind of nice in DFW today, but it is getting hot. We're entering summertime. Like we're in that, like it's still pleasant phase, but it's going to be hot pretty soon. Hello, Tom from Tucson. Hey, Tom, how are you tonight? So let's see. Who has an M2? Chime into if you bought an M2, if it's gotten to you yet, if you're still waiting on it. And then I'm going to switch over to our Xtool screen, our Xtool Studio screen for just a second so that I can show you we can get our project working. So I do have some things already prepped, and I have, hello, Camacho 87. I do have Michelle. Oh, yay, Michelle, I'm so happy. Hey, friend, good to see you. You are going to unpack it. It's going to be super easy, and you're going to message me if it is not super easy. Hi, Hope, how are you? Mexico, how's Mexico this time of year? I need a vacation, actually. Mexico sounds really nice. We have some things already prepped. So I have some pieces of wood that I've used on other projects. And in the extra space, I don't have any treatment spray to spray my wood. Xtool sells it on the website. I keep meaning to order it. I keep forgetting to order it. So instead, I prepped my wood with liquid clear gesso. And you just take like a little foam brush and just like brush it on as smooth as you can. So this is what I'm using to prep my wood for our print and cut projects. We're also going to use photo paper and some other woods. Hey, Faye, how are you? Yay, USA. I'm so glad. It is a fun machine. It is really, I mean, I've had so much fun demoing it, and I've had so much fun playing around with it and some of the new things. So super hot here. Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh, Florida. We lived in Parkland for 15 years, my husband and I, before we moved back home to Texas. I love Florida, and I love Publix. I'm jealous of your carrot cake right now, friend. Levi. Hello, Levi. How are you? Hola. How was your breakfast this morning, Levi? Matthew. Thank you, Matthew. Let's get started. if you were able to watch when I did the first series of lives on the M2, I did make this little print and cut photo frame. This is a picture. My son lives in South Lake Tahoe. It's a picture he put in family chat, and I just printed it out. And I made the frame with, hello, Whitney. I made the frame with the frame generator in Xtool Studio. And so we are going to use it. We're going to make things two different ways today, but I think you're going to like both ways. So first off, let's go ahead. I'm going to click over to Xtool Studio, and Ever After, hello, how are you? So I'm going to move this to the biggest spot over here, and I am going to take down the code. Actually, what I'm going to do here, we're going to make that the biggest spot right now because you don't need to see me while I'm talking, but you do need to see the machine. Hold on just a second. I'll get my act together, I promise you. Well, I'll switch it back to the machine when I get there. So we're going to just do Xtool Studio right now so you can see that. And let's click over to Xtool Studio. And the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to show you over here. I went into, there's a website called Unsplash, and there's like free use photos, things like that you can use them. Some of them you need to accredit the person. I just found 3 that were free to use, free for non-accreditation, because I needed some pictures of dads with babies for our purpose. So these are not anyone I know. They're just free photos that I downloaded. And so we're going to start with a print and cut all-in-one as our first option, as our first project. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to just take one of the pictures. I think we'll just do this one. I'm going to control copy. I'm going to move it over here to this screen. And I'm going to take this picture. I'm going to just make it a tiny bit smaller so I can see the whole thing. And I'm going to go into our mask settings. And so in the mask settings, a lot of different shapes come up, and I'm going to pick one. I think I'm going to try a heart. Let's see if we can get, oh yeah, that's super cute. We're going to put the heart right there. And I think that's going to be absolutely perfect. And so I'm going to say done, and it's going to crop away all the other stuff. And then I might auto adjust this a little bit. I don't want it to turn grayscale. So whoops, that's not what I want. I want to keep it. I'm going to keep it just like this. I'm not even going to adjust it. We're going to leave it just like that. So now I have this right here, and this is going to be, whoops, our image. I'm going to pull down over here our settings, and I'm going to modify the parameters. And oh, I don't have my, hold on just a second. We got to start all over. It has been a long day. Before we do any of that, we have to come over here, and I think my mouse just died. Come over here to lasering on a flat surface, and we're going to change this to print then cut. So now we have a different screen. Sorry about that, guys. So now, and my mouse did totally die. So we're going to come over here to our image, and we're going to say our processing module is going to be printer. Okay, so that's the first thing. So now I need to have it to where we can cut it too, because we're going to print this on wood. So I'm going to go ahead and put an offset, and I'm going to say outer shapes only. And then I'm going to put my offset distance at 0. I'm going to cut it exactly where it is. And I'm going to say confirm. And so now this is going to cut and print just like this. I'm going to change my material settings. We're under wood to 1/8 inch basswood. And I'm going to apply. So now I can change my cut settings to from score to cut. And I have that. And so this is going to be just a pretty simple Father's Day, something that you could put magnets on the back of, just a little magnet type gift. So the first thing I need to do is I need to open this up. And I'm going to actually use this piece of wood here. And I am going to come back over here so I can change my settings for you guys, where you guys can see the printer, the laser and printer right now. So let me see here. Hi, Larry, how are you? Kennewick, Washington. Super interested in the print quality on the M2 on wood and acrylic, even chloroplast. I have not tested acrylic or chloroplast. I am not sure because of how smooth they are if the inkjet will work. So let me see here. And then, hello, Chris, how are you? Can we see what you're doing on the QR? Oh, we can see what you're doing. We can see what you're doing on the settings with the QR code set up. Oh, can't. Okay. So I will take this off. Whoops. Hold on. Captions. Oh, you guys. It is Monday, huh? Graphics. Here we go. Graphics. We're going to just turn off the graphics for a second and hide them. There we go. And there is a little code down there. And while we're doing that, I'm going to switch back here so that you guys can see the settings and things like that. So I'm going to drag this over here, guys. Just bear with me 1 second. And okay, so over here, my settings are print, then cut. I have it on basswood plywood. I have not measured my thickness yet, so I don't have a picture in my bed. On my picture, I changed from my 10 watt over to my printer as my processing module. And then on my cut, I changed my processing module to cut. So now I'm going to go ahead and put this in my bed. And I need to switch my head to, well, we're going to take the picture first and then we'll switch to the printer before we start processing. So now it has a global picture and I can open it back up and change my stuff around. So I'm going to just make this guy a little smaller. Whoops, Control Z. I need to take both of them. And my very sweet friend, Richard, who is also a squad member, is here in the studio with me. He's adjusting the camera right now. He's so sweet. I told him that I was struggling with figuring out cameras and YouTube lives and all the things that had to do with recording stuff. And so he brought me lights and cords and all kinds of things and is here like making sure that I can figure this out. And so it's just so sweet. I love the squad. And getting to know people like this, like it's the greatest. Okay, so I have that. We have our thickness measured, or our material in the bed. And I'm going to switch to our, oops, I'm switching back over here. There we go. I'm going to switch to our inkjet module right here. And I'm going to see on the chat what's going on. So Whitney, was that good? Hello, Corey. How are you? Let's see. I got some tattoo paper. Oh, I need to get some tattoo paper. That would be great. Yep, it's Richard. Richard is here. Hello, Ashley. How are you? So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to plug in our module right here and make sure that we're snapped in. I'm going to close my lid. Okay. And then now I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to put this bigger and come right here. And I'm going to tell it to process. Oops. Sorry, I forgot to measure. Select the area right there. There we go. Sorry, guys. All right. I got too excited about showing this software that I forgot to do all the other stuff. So I'm going to now tell it to process, and it's going to come up and it's going to do the inkjet first. And it's going to say, my printer head is right here. And then it's going to tell me my estimated time is 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm going to say start. And then when we hear the beep, did I press it? There I did. Wasn't sure if I hit press or not. It dropped its little protective cover and it's going to come over and start printing. While it does that, I'm going to come over here to you guys. And Richard says, hello, everyone. Corey, can't wait to see the results. What's the size of the work area? The work bed is, oh gosh, I forgot this from our last time. 16 by 12, I believe, is what is inside the little corners there. You cannot exceed where the bullseyes are. You can't go outside that area, but for printing, you need to be well within your little outline there. here we go. It's looking pretty good. And I really do need to get the spray from X-Tool because I think that it might be, Tony, I think it is 12 by 16. If I remember, Whitney will know too. I don't know why I forgot that. Joseph, my M2 just arrived today and now waiting on the infrared laser to come in. Oh, fun. But I do believe, Tony, that it is, right, 12 by 16 inches inside the little hashtags or little like outlines. So let's see here. We are printing. So does the print process require the use of the AP2? No, I have just the really simple air purifier connected to it. It has an internal fan already to pull it out. The inkjet doesn't have any kind of, it's the same as your home inkjet printer. So it's not going to have any kind of like crazy smell or anything like that. Thank you, Richard. 16.7 times by 12 and a half. I knew it was I knew it was in there. So there you go, Tony. Thank you, Whitney. And so there's no crazy smell. Whenever I cut wood before I put the air purifier in the first day, because I was super, super excited to go ahead and get started, I could definitely smell like a s'mores. It definitely smelled a little bit like s'mores. So just FYI, you definitely need the air purifier or you need to be venting out a window or something like that. So you don't want fumes inside your house. Okay, so this is all printed and it's looking pretty good. And it's always weird looking through the orange tint to see like how something looks. But now I'm going to come back over to, oh, my mouse died. I'm not even on my regular computer. Let's see, print next. And so now we are going to switch our heads. So swap them on out right here. So I'm going to take this one out and it automatically puts the cover back on it. Also, guys, if you buy this, inside here, there's like these little foam pads. And there's this moisturizing liquid that comes in your thing. If you're going to store this and not print every day or like go for a week, just put like one drop here on your moisturizing pad just to keep it nice and fresh. So we're going to do that. And then swap to my laser head. There we go. Got it in there. We're good. And now I'm going to tell it to start. And here we go. It's going to send the file. And now I'm going to push the button. There. All right. And looks like we are doing good. Let's see. Hello, bearded printer. Yay. Let's see. Love my new M2. Hold on, I'm scrolling up to see what Richard responded to. Does the print process? Nope. Okay. And then great tip. I got my ink and RA3 today. Yay, Pam. I'm so glad. So I'm hoping to get one of these soon. It is really fun. I mean, it has really been a fun machine. And what was I going to say? I was going to tell you guys something. Like I'm totally like I'm on my son's laptop because my doodles are crazy. If you have a doodle, they're crazy. I had a thing of hot tea yesterday sitting on the table beside me. It was rainy. I wanted a hot tea. I picked one up on my way home. I set it down. I was working on my laptop at the dining room table. And my dog decided, he's a doodle, so he's crazy. He's not like, he's a little like out there. And he decided to jump over me in my chair to get over. I don't even know what he saw. I don't know what like sparked him. And so he knocked off my tea and like drowned my laptop. And so my laptop is unsavable at this time. So I'm kind of like struggling, even though it's still a laptop. It's like weird to be on someone else's, right? Christine, I started with a Glowforge. I started with a Glowforge Basic that I bought on Facebook Marketplace. And I wore that thing out. Then I sold it and I upgraded to a Glowforge Pro and then a couple other lasers until my P3. And I have to tell you, if I had never had a Glowforge, I would have never gotten into lasering because it was so easy. And I feel like this is easier than the Glowforge. It is easy peasy lemon squeezy. So perfect cut. And how cute is that? I'm going to bring it over here. Oops, the light. There's a little bit of glare. So this was a very, I don't know if you guys can see, there's like a lot of sunlight. Maybe this was not the best picture, but there's a lot of like sun glare on here. But in person, it's very sweet little picture. Very, very cute. And so the print you just did was on wood. No, I do not have any of the wood printing fixative spray, which I absolutely would think would make an improvement. I'm using liquid gesso, which is what Google told me was a substitute, but I've gotten some prints. Let me see if I can find mine from the original testing. So when we originally tested, and I did a series of lives, this turtle up here was one printed without any treatment on the wood. And then I treated with the liquid gesso, and this was the second print. So there's definitely a big difference using some sort of treatment. So I'm definitely going to get the other one. I just haven't. I keep forgetting. And but we're going to do a couple of more. So it's bearded. Yes. Sorry, hasn't been treated. Yeah. So the ink lasts. It's ink just like your inkjet printer at home, like your home printer. So I would, if I did this, I would probably spray it with like, you know, the clear spray paint, the clear sealer, or I might put Mod Podge matte over it, something like that. If I wanted this to last for a long time, I think it will last. I mean, it's printed in there, it's soaked into the wood. We did some tests on washing, like rubbing our hands over ones that were on cork, and immediately it kind of came off, but after 24 hours, it didn't. But like I'm rubbing my fingers over this and there's nothing coming out. So, but I definitely think that if I was giving this as a gift and it was kind of like heirloomish, then I would probably want to go ahead and treat this kind of thing. So let's do another project, shall we? We're going to do another. What is the name of the treatment? On the Xtool website, I think it's just, I don't know what it is called. It's like a treatment spray for the printer. Maybe Richard, I hear him typing down there. And so I'm using liquid gesso though. I just picked this up at Michael's, and you can find liquid gesso anywhere they sell art supplies pretty much. And then the sealant, I would just use either Mod Podge or something. But how does it taste? I'm not tasting it. Thank you though. That's hilarious. Have a latte tonight. Okay. So now we are going to do a different kind of project. We are going to make a frame with the frame maker module on Xtool Studio, and we're going to actually print on photo paper this time. So I am going to go ahead and change my module out while we're here to the printer, since I know that we're going to need that. And oops, I lost my cord. Plug that in. I'm also going to, but while I'm doing this, I'm going to also post, I keep trying to reach for the mouse. Let's see here. Post this up so that you guys, there we go. Scan the QR code so that you can be entered to win a $100 gift card. So I have a piece of just photo paper, and I'm going to just put it down in my bed. And I am going to use like little masking tape. You could use washi tape, anything like that. You could even use magnets. I'm going to just tape it down because sometimes the air does tend to kick up the paper, like lift it up, especially when you're cutting. Whoops, I am out of tape. Let's see here. And there we go. Got that. Good to go. Going to go ahead and close the lid. And so now I am going to hide my captions. Keep reaching for that dang mouse. Hide my graphics. And I'm going to pull this back over so you guys can see that as the big one. And we are going to come back into Xtool Studio and say finished. I'm going to open up a new screen. Here we go. Yay. And here's our picture. I'm going to measure our thickness while we're here. Oh, never mind. Need to have the laser head. Whew. You guys, you're learning from all of my on-camera things tonight because There we go. I get so excited sometimes and I just like, why can't I? There. All right. So here we go. And we're going to now measure. Let me just right there. All right. So we're going to leave it alone for now. And so now we have this, and we're going to come over to our applications and open it up. And if you do not ever like go in here and look at the applications, there's so many really cool things in here that you can use and make. Most of them are free. It's really fun. So I'm going to come to the photo frame generator, and I made up some fun names today, some fun things. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to create new. And so there's some templates over here, and I'm just going to go with the default template and make this bigger so we can see the whole thing. Don't know why it's not expanding our screen. Let's see here. That's so weird. Refresh. Let's refresh it and see if we can see. I want you guys to see the entire screen because otherwise it's not really that helpful. Okay, well, we're going to do a default, and then I'm going to just try to scroll around to make it fit. So what's crazy is it all worked this morning just fine when I was testing it out. And let's just make it minus. There we go. All right, here we go. So I'm going to delete this rose. We don't need that for our Father's Day frame. And my first one is going to be, and you guys, there's so many things. You can like just Google some fun dad phrases, come up with your own. I'm going to look at the elements, and I'm going to type in golf. And then I'm going to choose one that I like. I think I like the little golf cart. And then I think I like the, let's see here. I also like this one. So it doesn't really matter, okay? But those are the ones I'm going to pick. And I'm going to come up here. I'm going to X out of there and go back over here. So now, whoops, not ready to change that. So now over here, if I'm going to make a photo frame, then I want to make sure that my baseline at the bottom stays flat, because otherwise it's not going to sit level. If I'm going to make a magnet, and if I'm going to put this like on the refrigerator, do something like that, then it doesn't really matter where I put my elements. They can come down at the bottom. They could go anywhere they want. So I'm going to take this one. I'm going to put it right over here, except, wait, hold on. I remember that. The little golf ball gets kind of messed up. So, and then I'm going to put my little golf cart, I think right here, and make sure that I have room, you know, the flat at the bottom. And then I'm going to double click on my phrase, and I'm going to say best dad, whoops, not dad, day, dad, confirm. And I'm going to just slide this over. And it's kind of like, it's fun because you get to watch it slide and move around. And then I'm going to, whoops, cancel. That's the one I want. And then I'm going to say by par and confirm. I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it down here and make it a little bigger, slide it over, and there we go. So this is kind of what I have in here. This is where I want it to be. And then I'm also going to, now I could add a photo now if I want to. So I don't really care to add the photo now. It doesn't really help me because I know that we have the photos saved on another screen, and I'm going to print it separately. So I'm going to choose the 4x6 inch for my size, for my frame size. and it's going to export this whole little frame set. So I'm going to hit export, and I'm going to say open in Studio, and I'm going to scale it to fit. And so now this is going to change my sizing. Okay, so this is going to change what my size is in here, because now it's 5.325 for the whole thing. So what I'm going to do, because I just need a measurement, I'm going to make an actual rectangle in here just so I can have something to know what to size my photo at. So that is 3.3, so really like 3.4 by 5. Okay, so I know that this is what I want my photo to be. So I'm actually going to say Control Copy on there. I'm going to open up a new window. Just hang with me, guys. So this is my method. Okay, it may not be your method. My method might be backwards to you, but this is kind of how I do it. So now I'm going to drop my rectangle there, because now I know that that's the size that's going to fit in there. Let me make sure that it's like a little bit bigger, which it should be. I think so. I think I'm going to I'll just make it a tiny bit taller like that, just to make sure that it goes over, that gets hidden. So I'm going to come here to a photo. I'm going to choose this one. I'm going to say Control Copy, and I'm going to Control V over here. I'm just going to size him to fit. And I'm going to right click, and I'm going to arrange, and I'm going to say send to back. And he should move back behind my rectangle. There we go. So now I can see where he's going to be on my rectangle, and I can go ahead and make him a little smaller, but I'm actually going to let the rectangle do my work. I'm going to print a little bit bigger than what I need. And there we go. Kind of put him where I want it, right there, I think is good. So now I'm going to change my laser in a flat surface to print then cut. And then I'm going to put this as cut. I'm going to do photo paper. So this is really kind of like a two-part project. You're going to make your frame, and then you're going to make your photo. And so you could also just cut the photo out with scissors, but I figure if he's going in here as our, if I'm using the printer to print him, then we might as well just do it this way. And we're going to go ahead and measure right here. There we go. Now I'm going to be able to change to my inkjet module. So, whoops. I'll put cut. Ooh, there's no parameters for cutting on the paper. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to kind of guess at this. Maybe I'm going to change. We're going to do like 30, 45. I think that's going to be fine. We don't need a lot of power to do the paper. If it doesn't come out all the way, I'll just use some markers and do it. And so now I'm going to change my head. Whoops, right here. Over to here. There we go. And there we go. Do it again. Process. And really, it's wearing me out today. There we go. All right, guys, here we are. I think we're there. We're going to go ahead and process this. And I am going to start the printing. And while that's printing, I'm going to come back over to you guys and see what is going on. Let's see here. Put that up for you guys. See if anyone wants to win a gift card. Let's see here. I'm going to scroll up to wherever. Cody, I'll keep that in mind for when I'm printing. Oh, I got to print. Someone tell me to hit start. Okay, there we go. There. All right. Let's see. Oh, hey, Sue, how are you? How's it going there? Oh, Christine, that's a really cool thing. I guess, that makes sense because I used to get a lot of photo paper like in in ink packs, like my old HP. The ink always had like a pack of photo paper and I never used it and I would always donate it. So that's a great thing. Amount of prints. Oh, thank you, Richard. Let's see here. Indonesian distributor. I am not sure. You'd have to look on Xtool's website. What would I recommend after mastering the M2? What would you want to try next? I would think that for me, after mastering the M2, I'd probably want to add in something like metal or jewelry. I'd probably go to an F2 maybe and add that in so that you'd have some good variety. I love my P3. I love my F2 UV. That's actually like my favorite laser is my F2 UV. There's a lot of things to try. Hello, Michelle. How are you? Bearded, you better hurry up and do those family things. So Sue, yes, I could have used the transparency feature. Sometimes it's hard to think up here. Just guys, just FYI, sometimes I lose my whole train of thought. And being on a different computer is really like killing me. So Richard, oh, hi, Sandra. How are you doing? Hi, Jennifer. All right. So we are printing. Oh, it's so pretty on the photo paper. So, so pretty. And then I'm thinking with this one, you guys, like, how do we feel? Like, I think this would, when I hold up the photo, maybe it should be lighter. I don't know. Maybe too dark will drown out the photo. We'll see. I'll let you guys, here's the vote. Okay. The photo is very like fallish looking, kind of almost like looks like wheat in the background. So do we go lighter because the photo is kind of darker, or do we go darker, and which one should we do? So Sue, I know, listen, between my dog killing my computer, and then I felt so bad because he gave me the look, so then I gave him a treat for killing my computer, right? Like that makes no sense, does it? And so anyway, it's been a fun Monday. But Richard came in, he saved my day. He definitely saved my day with all the lights and all the setup and helping me. It's been fantastic. So, all right, so we have that. I'm going to switch back over to Xtool Studio. Darker wood. Yep, like the darker. I love dark wood. I mean, because this, honestly, guys, want some like, some kind of like oils or some beeswax on this. This would be like the most gorgeous wood. So I gravitate to darker too. Sandy, if you scan the QR code, that's what'll enter you and enter you to win the gift card. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to say next. And oh, that's so pretty. I'm going to go ahead and take this out. And where did I put my laser head? Oh, right here by me. Plug that in. There we go. Laser in. And I'm going to go ahead and say start. It's going to measure again for the laser. And here we go. All right, this is going to be so perfect. And then we're going to go back over to our frame screen. And oh, Michelle, you know what? You are right about that. The light will show the engrave better. Oh, Michelle's so right. Now I'm perplexed because I do like dark wood better, but this is not going to really show because this is our South Lake Tahoe, which has a lot of red undertones, right? So like this is a little bit darker. I think Michelle might be correct about that. Let's see. You're welcome, Sandy. My M2 a few days ago and the detail on wood coasters. Oh, yay, Jennifer. I'm so glad. So now we have this, and I'm just going to test it since I didn't have the settings, and oh, they're good. So we, right there, whoops, I'm going to put him right here. This is our photo from the print and cut. He's right there. So now I'm going to hold him up against the wood. So now we get to pick which wood. Which this picture has nothing to do with golfing, but so the light wood plus the dark has a lot of lines in the grain. So I know, it's like choices. You're right, Corey. I think I'm going to do the light because I do tend, once Michelle said the engrave is not going to show up as well, I think that's where we're going. Okay. So I'm going to pop this in, and actually I'm going to find my little magnets so that my bed doesn't get messy, which doesn't really matter at this point because they're already messy. So there's these little magnets that you use to hold the wood up from the bed. And since we're not printing and cutting, I'm going to use this right there. So that one's going to go in. Whoops. I cannot wait for someone to 3D print some of these that are a little easier for me to use. I feel like I have to be like super talented to get these in all at the same time. Okay, there we go. I'm going to just square that up a little bit so that whenever our grain goes across, when our engraving goes across, I don't want the grain to be like skewed. I think that's pretty straight. And we have our laser module in. And so I am going to engrave on the wood. So I'm going to print, this is going to go inside our frame. So let's go back over to the studio, and I'm going to, whoops, there goes the mouse that's not working. There we go. And you know what's so funny is before I went live, I actually told Richard how much I hate using the mouse pad and not a real mouse. And so I think I jinxed myself. Okay, so now we're going to laser on a flat surface. We're going to pick our wood, which is, I'm going to just stay with the basswood plywood because it'll still give me the settings I want. And so I need to engrave and cut. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ungroup this, right? And I need to take a picture of my bed. Let me see. Somehow I blocked my circles. So let's try again. We're going to, I don't know where my circles are blocked because there's my circles here. My circle's up here. So let's try it again. Messing up my little magnets. There we go. Let's try one more time. There we go. All right. So now we're going to do our thickness right there. And we're going to ungroup because we're going to need to ignore this one right here because we're not going to have room on one sheet. So I'm going to just move him over, and then I'm going to move this one up and move this, whoops, and control group that. Well, maybe we can, hold on. I don't think so. No, he's still not going to fit. That's okay. We're just going to leave it like that. And then I do need to change, I'm going to ungroup this one because I do need to change my line colors. So I'm going to change my outside lines. And we're going to change those to red so that way those can cut. So I know that I can change my instructions for the, oops. You guys, I am on the struggle bus. I really should just be able to click the color. There we go. Oh, why is it doing my golf cart too? That golf cart should stay black. There we go. And then now this guy is going to be red. There we are. Okay, so now I'm going to come back over here to where I can see my different choices. And this is going to be cut. And then this one is going to be engrave. I'm going to choose my one-click set. Now, for the purposes of the live, I'm going to go pretty light with my engrave, just because we're going to want to, we're going to go speed faster. Let's see here. Yeah, we're going to go with our faster speed, so that way we're not here all night. So I would probably even up this to like 200 lines per centimeter maybe. But for the purposes of the live, we're going to go ahead and just get it done. Okay, so I'm going to process this, and I'm going to hit start. And now we're going to push the button. There we go. Okay, so now while that's doing that, oh, and it's still, I can tell right now, it's still going to be a great engrave. I can see it already coming up. I don't know how many minutes it said. I missed that part, but you guys, hold on. Let's see here. Processing time, 12 minutes. That's not bad. So we're going to come back over here, and I'm going to move this down here. And hi guys, how are you? And let's go ahead and put up the QR code because I would like you guys to win something. Let's see here. That's the way I am on Slats. Let's see here. Hold on. Lost my thing. Oh, Michelle, I had to buy honeycomb for my P3 because Slats and I are not friends at all. I need honeycombs. So I know, Jennifer, I'm like, I know someone's going to come up with the magnetic clips. Like, I feel it. I know that someone out there 3D printing, they're going to create it. It's going to be fantastic. So tell me, what projects are you guys working on? Anyone working on Father's Day projects? Anything like that? Are you doing anything for Father's Day? Purchases, gifts, anything? Anything? Let me know. Make sure you enter to win though. There's also, guys, this weekend is the 21st is the end of the big sale, and you can use the code. I'm not sure what the minimum purchase is, but these will stack with the sale. So, but I don't know what it works on. So you can just try the code. How's that? But that is, oh, you guys, it looks so good. Looks really, really good. I'm really thrilled with this. So I cannot wait. I keep hearing myself reverberate. So if you guys can't hear me correctly, let me know. I can hear it in my ear. Well, not my ear, but like I can hear my phone over here. So anyway, so let me see while we are doing this, you guys who are new, maybe that did not see the original ones. If you saw the original ones, you can just pretend that you didn't see these before, right? But because we're talking about the quality of the print, I just want to show this to the people who are asking about the print head, how it prints. So this is actually on sticker paper. I thought it was just really nice paper before and didn't realize it. So this is just printed. This is the first thing I printed out of the box. The ink, first time I opened up the ink, this was my first print. And it is gorgeous. So Nick right now that is in the M2 is just 8mm wood. It's like basswood plywood, and we are engraving and cut. Let's see, not working on Father's Day projects. Hold on, let me scroll up a second. Let's see, not working on Father's Day projects, but just complete some tests for, oh, that's really cool. I love the national parks pennants. Those are so cool. And like the little shields people do. Any idea where I can get a honeycomb for an F1 Ultra? I don't, for an F1 Ultra, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Maybe someone else will know that. So Nick, so yes, we're doing 8mm basswood plywood right now. Hello, Richard. How are you, friend? Let me see here. Did my first tumbler on the P3 and it came out better than I thought it was. Larry, that is awesome. That is so awesome. I had a demo earlier today and showed a set of 4 ladies how to use the, they were really interested in the rotary on the P3 because they're using a, I don't know what machine they're using to do their tumblers now, but it's taking them like 5 hours. And so then we did it on the P3 and it was like magic for them. So I love doing that. Faye, can we use any sticker paper? So any paper sticker, right? Like your Avery labels, things like that are going to be laser safe if they're paper. If you're going into like a coated one, you need to make sure that they are laser safe. Online Label sells a ton of them. Xtool sells them on the website. But if you're using like the ones that are like the waterproof type vinyl, then make sure that it says that it is safe to cut in the laser. So we printed that one on another one of our lives. We printed these cute little cupcake toppers, flags, whatever you. Yes, exactly, Michelle. And so these are so cute. This I printed on photo paper, and then we just used double-sided tape to tape it down and added some little ribbon. So you can make the cutest little cupcake toppers. You guys, that print is gorgeous. Then we also printed on fabric. So this is just cotton fabric from one of those little bundles that you can buy, you know, like Walmart craft store where they put the little bundles. It will wash out because it is inkjet ink, which is water soluble ink. So if I were to use this and like sew it onto a bag or use it on a hat patch, personally, I would take shoe sealer, like the kind that you waterproof your shoes with, and I would spray this with the waterproofing to make sure that it doesn't bleed on anything. So that's what I would do. I know online there's a lot of like different methods of soaking your fabric in vinegar and whatever, but for me, that's what I would do. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much. And so the printing is really, really good here. I bought this for my Ultra, but now, oh, good. Thank you, Randy, for helping out. And so then we are going to keep printing. I will show you these too. I did a demo on Saturday morning, and she was getting ready for like an art fair, craft fair, and it was like dog centric. And so we did, these are my animals. So Maple is our cat. And so we went through, and these were all done on the M2, and I did them all 4 at one time. And it took me about 10 minutes to do the 4 tags, and they're super, super cute. And then, of course, Arlo, who killed my laptop. But it's okay because he's cute, so we're going to keep him. But there are buying a DFT. Oh, Claudia, the apparel printer. Second, I love our apparel printer. If you need a demo, if you go to the Xtool website and you go to local service and then book a demo, you can get any squad member. If you have one close to you in El Paso, do either an in-person or you can pick anyone. You can pick me for a virtual one to do the demo. And then you can see all the things for the apparel printer. But I absolutely love the apparel printer. Okay, so we are done engraving. And so now we are cutting. And what a beautiful job. You guys, I mean, I picked the fastest. I think I said I picked the fastest. Oh, Sue, there is nothing poor Arlo about that dog. He is so spoiled. I mean, I gave him a treat for ruining my laptop, okay? Like there is nothing, he's a mess. Have I done any HTV vinyl? I have not, Rico, done any HTV vinyl. I do not have any laser safe HTV vinyl. Caesar North America sells laser safe HTV vinyl. I think Craft Cut Supplies, I think that's who it was. I did a Google search. There's quite a few that sell laser safe HTV vinyl. I don't have any, so I have not done it. And so, oh, Claudia, I'm sorry. I thought you were in El Paso. I got names confused. There's a lot of people in California, or you can do a virtual one. And so, in fact, we did a virtual one for someone who was in Palo Alto, somewhere out there. No, she was near Sacramento, but anyway, doesn't really matter. So, I know, like he's just I don't know. He's the cutest thing ever, but he's a dog, and he's crazy. So we love him, and so we're gonna keep him. He was the reject pile, so I do have to say that. Like, we got him from someone, and he was the last dog left. He was flat haired. He's white. He doesn't even look like a doodle. He looks like a Brittany Spaniel, and no one wanted him. And so that like sob story got my heart. And so now we have Arlo. And so anyway, but oh, I'm so happy with how this is coming out. It is the cutest thing. And you guys, this is free projects inside Xtool Studio. I mean, so I had some cute ideas, although we're not going to have time to do them tonight. But so here were some other things. Best Dad by Par, really cool dad with a fishing theme. World's Best Papa or Dad with like a little thing. Really cool dad if they're into motorcycles. And I found all of those elements for free in the frame generator. You just type in whichever one and just move them around the frame generator. Like the fact that we have all of these free tools. I know a lot of people use a website called Cuddle, which I think is fabulous, right? But because we have them, we don't have to go to an outside website. And I think that it is a great thing. Let me see here. What is going on? I can't. Oh, yep, my mouse is dead. Whoops. Precious metal foil embossing. So Nick, so I don't know about the precious metal, but I do know about the foil embossing. So the M1 Ultra can do foil embossing. I'm trying to think. The foil embossing lists like 3 or 4 different machines. However, I was scoping out the website the other day, and there is now a true like embosser, like a foil embosser on the website, like the kind that you stamp Bibles with. You know what I'm talking about? Journals. And it has blanks. So it has the blanks that you can deboss, right? So you can create a stamp. And so you could either emboss leather, or you could go ahead and use it to do the gold foil. And so I can't wait. I'm purchasing one because I've wanted one of those forever. And the fact that it comes with one alphabet, but then you can use your F1 Ultra or F2 Ultra and deboss the metal so that you can make your own custom stamps. So cool. Business logos. And I love the look of embossed leather. Like, I prefer the look of embossed leather. Don't get mad at me, but over sometimes engraved leather. I just think the embossed look is so rich. And so anyway, I was very excited to see that there was one on the website. And so I am going to be purchasing it at the end of the month. So it is a fabulous, going to be very exciting. So thank you, Richard. You're so handy to have here tonight. So, but yeah, I think that if you don't have one of the machines that does the foil embossing, that, when I saw that, Michelle, I was so excited because I literally have been looking at them on Amazon, and then I get okay, which alphabet do I want? And literally I've been held up by which alphabet I want with the stamper, which is crazy, right? But the fact that there's the blanks and we can make our own words or letters or logos. And so I'm very, very excited about that. So hopefully, I'm buying it at the end of the month, and because I only use any of my earnings from Xtool to buy things from Xtool, so I have to wait till my next payday. And so I know, Michelle, but you're probably going to get it before me because I'm waiting till July 4th because I have a hard and fast rule of where I can't spend fund money until the earnings come in. And so anyway, so that's my rule. So you'll probably get it before me, but otherwise I'll be really excited. Or you guys could, vote and say Bev needs to go on YouTube and show it off. But let's see here. Okay, so we have 2 of our layers ready, just about. And so now we're going to have to cut one more. So I'm going to have to get out. I'm wondering if it'll fit on here. Well, I'm going to kind of size it against what we pull out and see what happens. Let's see. Now, of course, if you have wood that is ugly, like a piece that has knots in it and stuff like that or whatever, your back piece does not have to be attractive. So let's see our little things. And so this is our cutout. Look how clean this is, guys. Perfectly clean. Great cut, 10 watt laser. So this is our inner piece. This is our front piece, right? So I'm going to kind of start gluing while we're going to cut our next one. And then let me see here. I'm going to just kind of measure. So I can use this piece to cut our back. So we're going to go ahead and put this one in. It doesn't really matter which way it goes because it's the back piece. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down and then come back over to, I'm going to move you guys over here and I'm going to hide our graphics. There we go. Here we are, finished. And so now this, I'm going to turn off my output. And this one, I'm going to turn off my output. Whoops. And theoretically, I could just delete these because I don't need them anymore. But because I want to still show you guys, you know, how I would do this, because ideally I'm going to save this file to use it for, you know, other products or whatever. So I'm going to move that over there. I'm going to move this one over and kind of straighten him up. Not that he has to be straight because he's going on the back, but still. And he's still not straight, but oops. You know what? We're just going to call it a day. We're going to call him okay, even though he's not straight. And now I'm going to turn his output back on and I'm going to say cut. And we're going to go ahead and process. I'm going to say start. And while he is cutting, I'm going to come back over to you guys and we're going to start gluing. Okay. All right. So I'll leave him there. So the way these are, they're multi-layered. I'm going to show you the one that's finished. So there's 3 layers. And what it does is create a spacer so that you can slide your photo in and out. And so I have some just super glue. And on the back of this one, I'm going to just put some dots. Actually, I'm going to put them on. Now, personally, I love the double-sided adhesive, and I probably would use that as a first choice, but we're going to glue tonight. There we go. Turn on the chat. So thank you, Corey. So I'm going to go ahead and start gluing. And you don't want a whole lot. You don't want it like smooshing out the sides or anything like that. You just want enough to kind of hold it together. And it's super glue, so it's going to hopefully do its job. Okay. So that's done. All right, so I have this part done. So while I'm waiting for the other to come out, I'm just going to use some little clamps. I get these at the Dollar Tree. And these little, like, you can also get, Harbor Freight has a lot of them if you don't like pink. But it makes it really handy. I use these on my embroidery machine too. Makes it really handy to hold things together, hold things down. So what this does is this layer right here creates a sandwich so that our picture is going to be able to go right in here and be able to be changed out through the years. And we're going to go ahead and put in, you know, the back layer too. So then this could be used as a magnet. It could be used as a photo frame, like a standing photo frame, leaning. Whoops, hold on. That did not cut out. Oh, I forgot to put it up. You guys, let's see here. Let me see if I can pop it out. I cannot. You know what? We're just starting fresh. That was a bad mistake. We're going to sacrifice a piece of wood because I don't know what I did. Oh, let's put them up. Gonna go ahead and put that one. I'm just gonna use 2 this time instead of 4. I think we'll be okay. So there's that. Well, maybe not. I think we need, it's wobbling. We don't want wobbly wood. Let's see here. Right there. And right there. Okay, now that's better. So now we're gonna go ahead and shut this, and I'm gonna come back over here, guys, and finished. And I should have tested that before I did it, but I didn't. Okay. Whoops, we need a new picture. There we go. All right. This is driving me crazy there. Oh, much better. Okay. There we go. And then now I'm going to measure our thickness. Right there. And then I'm going to kind of make this come down a little bit. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. I want to make sure that that little top part is not off the wood. So we're going to go there and cut basswood 100. I think it's because I didn't have it up because the other piece cut so well. So I'm just going to start. I think we're fine. I think it's because I had it laying flat. And this time I'll be able to check if I. There we go. Oh yeah, I can already see it cutting through. So it was me for laying it flat and not having it up there. All right, so there we go, guys. All right, and we are almost, oh wait, looks like you are indoors. So I am indoors. I have just the basic air purifier, like the baby air purifier that you use for the F1, F2. And so I am using an AP. And so Nick, there is an air hose that comes with it and it's attached right here at the back. I can't lift it up or else I'll like detach it, but it is right back here. Maybe I can turn off my graphics and you guys can see it better. So it's right here at the back. I don't know if I can get it over. So right here. And then I have my air purifier down there. So there is an internal fan right here at this back corner. So you definitely just need something to purify the air as it comes out. So you definitely want to do that. So Nick, yep, it happens. So no, there's no smoke because we do have the purifier. It is smoking now. You can kind of see, but it's coming out. Actually, whenever I moved this, it started smoking. When the smoke comes out from underneath the wood, when it's elevated like this or it's on slats, it means it's cutting through. If your smoke ever stays on top, then you're not cutting through. And what's really crazy is that I was probably used my laser like 4 years before someone told me that. And I was like, oh, that makes perfect sense. But one of those things that you never really think of. So here we go. This is going to be the cutest little project. Okay. I just kind of popped that out. There we go. And so now I'm going to go ahead and glue this to the back part. And we will have a finished photo frame. Perfect for Father's Day. Perfect. And depending on, you know, the level of what you want to do, you have options of just doing a mask and an offset and printing that as a gift, or making a magnet out of it, or doing a whole project like this, like the photo frame. Anyone else play with the generators in there, the keychains, the earrings, the frames? I mean, like, I have to say that I love the generators. Let's see here. I'm going to come up here. Don't want them to slide when I clamp them. There we go. That glue has a tendency to be like super slippery until you get it all clamped down. Now we're going to clamp over here. And, oh, right. Okay, so you guys can see I did the quickest I could on the engraving. And look how great that looks. Like the engraving looks amazing. Absolutely amazing. I am glad that I took Michelle's and whoever else said that we should use the lighter wood, because I think that it definitely shows the engraving quality on there. And so, so Aaron, I love my F2 too. And this is like a great, like it's a perfect complement to it. Thanks, Corey. But yeah, I absolutely love it. It turned out super, super cute. And so then now you just slide your photo. Whoops. You make sure your photo is upright. Okay. Not upside down. You just slide your photo right in just like that. And so once it's dry, you take off your little clamps, and you can either put magnets on the back, or you could put it in a little frame. And so in this demo, no, I am, because this is not going to foil emboss. The M2 does not foil emboss. So I'm not going to do any foil embossing in this demo. But this one does not have, so the M1 Ultra, if you want to do foil embossing and you want to do it with the laser, the M1 Ultra is the machine you want to purchase. It has the foil embossing pin. You can buy the rolls of the foil on the Xtool website. So that's exactly what I would do if foil embossing was where I wanted to go. I don't remember which other lasers do the foil embossing, but I know the M1 does. It has the foil pin. So that's where, if that was my key want or key list, I would do the M1 Ultra. And so, but this one will not foil emboss. And look, so guys, that's it. That is our evening. I am so glad that you guys hung out with me. Do you guys have any questions? We can hang out for a few more minutes. If you have questions, anything I can answer for you, I'm happy to hang out. I have to be on a phone call at 10 p.m. So I got some times. You're welcome, Nick. Let's see here. It's adorable. It's adorable. I don't know who these people are, but they're adorable too. So anyway, so Corey, yay. Thanks, Corey, for piping in. So Nick, did you see that? Corey does the foil embossing on the M1 Ultra. So Sue, I think so, because this one, I think it's going to end up in my embroidery room so that I can cut fabric with it. I think that's where I'm going to like use it the most, but I love it. And I have a friend who has, she's like in a little boutique, and she does all of her hang tags and like all of her little like cutesy tags. She got one. She's been printing and cutting like all week. And so such cute things that you can do. Let's see. So, oh, you're very welcome, Cindy. Thank you for being here and hanging out with us. And so M1 is where's that? So Nick, yay, good. I'm glad to hear that. So don't forget, the sale ends on Sunday, the 21st, and you can scan the code, the QR code, to win one of 3 $100 gift cards. And that's it, guys. So I hope everyone has a really blessed evening, and I will see you guys. I don't know when I'm going to see you next. I'm not scheduled for another one. So yet. So that sounds really bad. But anyway, I'm sure whenever I'm scheduled again, I'll see you guys again. Okay. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate you.